Hi guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make the authentic Calabar Edikan Ikong Soup. As you can see, I have my goat meat, I have my tripe, and I have my cow skin, otherwise known as bomo. The tribe is also called Shaki in the Yoruba land. So as you can see, I'm adding my salt, I added pepper, I added my onions, I proceeded to add my seasoning cubes. I do not like to use curry thyme, even nor when I am cooking either Edikan Ikong Soup, Tama soup, which is banga, there is afang soup, or epang koko. I do not put any of those things. So I cover it up, allow it to steam. Then I proceeded to cut my water leaf. So we have water leaf and pumpkin leaf in Houston, Texas, though it's seasonal. But if you are anywhere where you cannot get a hold of these leaves, you can use spinach with kale, or you can use spinach with collard greens. Of course, it's not going to be tasting exactly as Edikan Ikong, but it's actually very, very smooth. So now I'm checking my pot, stirring it, adding a little bit of water because the water was obviously drying out. So I do want to cook my meat until it's tender, so I had to add some water too. Now I put my smoked fish in it. I'm not so much of a fish person, I'm more of a good meat person. But I'm not so crazy about fish. Okay, so then I poured the Chinese people call it snail, but we call it nkonko from my place. So after putting that, I cover it up, allow it to cook. Then I proceeded to blend my crayfish with more onions and also one habanero pepper. Guys, that pepper is not a joke. This pepper is hot, okay? And because I had already put some pepper in my meat, I don't want to put too much pepper. It's really not good for me. So after blending that, I went to stir the pot. Now, I had forgotten to hit the record button, but if you notice, that's water leaf in the pot. That's the first thing I added after the meat was done. So after putting the water leaf and stirring it, once the water leaf is done, after a couple of minutes, you add the blended crayfish, blended with onions as well as the pepper, and then you stir it. Okay, after stirring it, so now I proceeded to add my periwinkle, which we call nsi from my place. I'm not sure how they call it in other tribes. So finally, I am putting in my pumpkin leaf. Okay, you normally put your pumpkin leaf towards the end of your cooking when you're about to remove the pot from the fire or from the stove. Then notice that I'm also adding more onions to it. Why? Because I personally like to put lots of onions in my Edikan Ikong Soup, and the reason I'm putting it last is so that that onion taste can be loud in my Edikan Ikong Soup. Now, some people would have added some oil prior to putting the crayfish, but I normally, if I'm cooking afang or Edikan Ikong Soup, I normally would put my oil last. So notice that I'm testing it, and any ingredient that I need adjustment, I would adjust. I needed the extra seasoning cube, so I just put half. And now I am adding my oil and stirring it and stirring it and stirring it. I also, I'm going to test it again. It needs a little more salt. So I'm going to add just a little more salt to taste. I continue to stir it and the soup is done. You don't want to overcook your vegetable. It's okay to overcook the water leaf, but pumpkin leaf must always remain fresh even after you're done cooking it. So guys, this is the cassava, real cassava flour. It's not really flour like the authentic cassava here in Houston. It is accessible, but it comes frozen. So you have to leave it to defrost and then use your hand to mash it and mix it with water and basically dissolve it. And then I proceeded to stir it to get the right consistency off of it. Now, depending on how you like your swallow, I just like my swallow to be medium. I do not like it too soft. I think the Yoruba people, they like their swallow to be really, really soft. But most people in Akwa Ibom State, we just like it to be medium. Now, I pour it out. I turn it into a tray. And it's still hot, but I have mastered it, since I was a child. I have been cooking with my mom, so I know how to do this. So notice how I continue to add water because I'm trying to get the right consistency from it. At this point, it's still too hard, so I'll continue to pour in, put some water and get the right, texture. So now I'm scooping my soup and food is ready. So join me, guys, to enjoy this delicious combination of fufu, that's cassava fufu with Edikan Ikong Soup. I hope you enjoy this video. Feel free to share, comment, like, and most importantly, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay tuned for more amazing cooking tutorials and recipes. Thank you once again and have a wonderful day. Bye!
Let's make a feast. In Meliki's kitchen, joy never ceased. In the kitchen where flavors blend, chopping veggies, the fun won't end. Spices dancing, the aroma calls. In Meliki's kitchen, everybody thralls. Sizzle and stir, we're setting the pace. Taste the joy, let's embrace the grace. Meliki's caliber, come take a seat. Flavor so rich, make your life sweet. Cooking with love, that's the key. Join the magic, it's where you want to be. Simmering pots, colors alive. Gathering friends, see how they thrive. Stirring the love with every bite. In Calibur's heart, cooking feels so right. From my kitchen to yours, let's share the cheer. Every recipe brings us together here. Meliki's Calibur, come take a seat. Flavor so rich, make your life sweet. Cooking with love, that's the key. Join the magic, it's where you want to be. So grab a spoon, let's make a feast. In Meliki's kitchen, joy never ceased. So grab a spoon, let's make a feast. In Meliki's kitchen, joy never ceased. Grab a spoon, let's make a feast. In Meliki's kitchen, joy never ceased.